Well, good day again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk to you about another case here that had a very rare thing happen that over the whole period of my practice, I never had a permanent tooth go in and eat another permanent tooth completely in two. In this particular case, a cuspid came in on the upper, kind of on the right side, and went across this way. Let me see if I've got my little threads going. Anyway, it cut the root of the lateral, took about a third of the lateral root, and then it took the central root over half and left it. And I've got some x-ray pictures of it showing it really good. So that did happen at one time. So let me get in here and we'll just go through it. Now you can't see this cuspid too good, but you can get an idea if you look at the cuspid. It's sitting right in here. It goes up somewhere back in there. Now the central root right here comes up, and that cuspid just ate the root. In other words, the cells in there just worked on the permanent tooth just like they would on a deciduous tooth. And the lateral was cut off over here. And this was back when we were banding all the teeth, when this was in there, so I had to put a band on this tooth. And we really handled it with kid gloves. And, we made it through the case, and I think we bonded this tooth to these other teeth right here, and he had a retainer, and as far as I know, he has kept that tooth, I think, this the rest of his life. So that can happen, but there was no way I could bring this cuspid back over here. I couldn't back it out here and then bring it down to this space. So I had to have an oral surgeon take it out. And the oral surgeon told me that I took that tooth out, and it literally was sitting there on the stump of the central tooth. And this central tooth is just eaten off right here. But the nerve in the tooth is still alive, and the blood supply to the tooth did not change color. Just about probably a third of this lateral root was eaten off right there, and he took that tooth out right down in this area. And so we just went without that tooth. Now let's see what we did. So here it is again, and we've got this. This was 1973, and we had not developed several of these things that we learned how to do much better than that. There the cuspid is just a kind of a magnified view. So a permanent tooth can just dissolve the roots of another permanent tooth. Now the cells going in front of the follicle of this erupting cuspid must have gotten mixed up. So they're not supposed to eat the root of a permanent tooth. They come up against it, but they won't dissolve the root. But in this case, they did. It's part of the lateral, and 2/3 of the tooth, the central down here, are eaten away. And we handle that tooth very lightly, and we were able to save it. So that's from another angle. I think this is actually coming in. They had something turned backwards there. So there the tooth is, and there's the permanent tooth that we saved, and it just has a very short root right up in this area. So we handled it very carefully. And I had to band those teeth. In banding it, I had to be very, very careful taking the band off and putting one on and all that. So this is a complicated case because of that. Now, you will notice that the center is kind of turned in this direction where we put it over here to close up this space where that cuspid would have come in. Now down on the bottom we just expanded the case, lined everything up, and down here we've got both bicuspids, and here's the cuspid, the laterals, the centrals, cuspids. So we've got all the teeth in there, so we just kept everything except the wisdom teeth, I think, are gone. Now here, the Penrex shows that we do have wisdom teeth, and I'm sure they had to come out. There's no room for them in there. So here we come in and we take the cuspid out, and we're going to, the midline is going to be way off, you see, coming in. So this can happen to you. And so here we've got the lateral, the tooth centrals, but it's turned over this way like that. And so close this up, and it doesn't, you don't notice that from the anterior part of the mouth hardly at all. And that's where we ended this case, lined up, and it looked pretty good when we finished it out. And I thank you for watching. You could do other things in here and maybe pull these teeth forward more, and maybe use the, if I'd have known how to use the wisdom tooth, we could have brought this in, and we would have kept the center of the mouth where we wanted it to be. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to sign off now so that permanent teeth can eat the root of another permanent tooth away. But it's just a rather rare thing. And so I'll say goodbye and hope you'll join our channel now. Thank you. Stop.